depression. Okay, so hopefully that's good. I got cleaned up, rested, went for my walks today. It was cold out, I bundled up. Still a bit chilly out, but not as bad like it was earlier. Now, as you can see by the topic of this video that will be uploaded to my Political Awoke channel, which I really should change the name of it to that, but I don't think I will change the name of it. Now, those that don't know, I do have a second channel, Terry931. It's my Political Awoke channel, and it's topics like these that I do bring to you guys that also gives you a bit of story time, as well. So I am taking a break from my entertainment channel, which is my Jazzy Entertainment channel. I'm taking a break from it, letting it build up, letting it catch up, as I'm going to be working on my second channel, which is my new channel for topics like these and stories, which is, Terry931. Now, in terms of that, we're going to go ahead and do this. Now, I do these live videos like this, I do these live videos like this on Instagram that a lot of people would see pre-recorded, if you will, on my Terry931 channel. So I just want to throw that out there. Now, update for the buddy update from the two topics I have did about it yesterday, followed up by last night. There is not much of an update to tell, or really no update at all. However, there is one thing that has been posted up on Reddit, and Reddit is a source that people really do go to a lot for news or stories. And again, I see a lot of people really slandering, this guy. There's not much of an update. I don't know if Reddit or the people over there Reddit really do research or not. I just know it's kind of like forums or chat rooms per se, so people can just post. Now, in terms of the update that I do actually know that I found on Reddit, again, I don't know if this is much of an update, but there is an address to where those, if you're a fan of the budday, or if you are following this case like I am, he's actually sitting in the Maury County Jail. Pretty much over on Mags has the address, phone number, so you can write him if you choose to. Now, again, I just want to go by saying this briefly and touch on as much as possible. Now, gotta remember, this case that he's caught up in is still currently underneath investigation, being looked into, and it's going to be quite some time. Again, most cases take around 6 months to a year, depending on what the case is. Some cases can go for 5 years, but we really won't know anything till after 6 months to a year, once court dates are set, going into also probably a trial as well, and then seeing what the outcome is. And again, those that know, I stand on it on the projective perspective, looking at it on 3 different angles, to where, again, I shared my facts with my knowledge on saying why I believe he is innocent. So again, a part of the update to this, yes, he is currently sitting in jail over on Max, waiting for this investigation to be over, waiting for a court date, waiting for also a trial to be set. And that's exactly what we're going to go into today, is what is his life going to be like? What is his life right now? And what it's going to be like if he gets found guilty? Again, I just want to say, I pointed this out with not just facts and knowledge, even though I had no way of showing this, on saying why I do believe he is innocent. Because a lot of it doesn't add up, a lot of it doesn't match up to even being him doing this. But again, if you guys want to check out that video, go on my new second channel, Chedditary931. It's spelled just like you see it here on my IG page. And you could check out the other part that's on there as well, called Setting Up People as well. So, in this story, I'm going to talk about exactly when I served time in jail twice in my life. And let me tell you something. It's some shit. It really, really is some shit. And, I know people that's been locked up in prison and in jail. And talking about it, on emotional levels, on different levels of the discussion. And I'm going to say this, if you're in prison, you get a tad bit more freedom than you do if you're in jail. But that's obviously a topic for another time, because I'm not going to sit here and compare the two, or stand, I should say. But exactly what is the buddy going to be facing while he's in there in jail? And I'm going to give you guys my story on my experience, exactly the shit that I went through and have seen goes into experience. Out of all of this, goes into experience. And let me tell you something. It's going to take a mental toll on you just as well as health as well. It's my first time being locked up. I'm in the back of the police car. What led to me getting arrested, again, I don't want, the beginning of the story, I really don't want to revisit, but I might as well, and I'm just going to give it kind of brief. Really for self-defense against my father, who was a selfish, greedy, abusive asshole that threatened to shoot me if I didn't leave because he just wanted more of my money that was being stolen from me. Again, my mother is very afraid of him. So she took his side that led me into getting arrested, and I couldn't defend myself. I couldn't prove myself in court. Yes, I gave my story, but I had nothing to back it up with. Because they didn't really give a fuck about really looking into this at all. They didn't care. So, because of this, I was locked up. Now, it was in terms of now I was locked up in terms of domestic violence, which is a level 1 offense. You go into the level 1 lockups, and what is exactly level 1? Level 1 are the people that are in green and white stripes. That is pretty much your petty crimes, not so much of anything really in terms of being big. So you're going down to the jail. You're going to be sitting in the booking cell. You're going to be there for quite some time. You really are. It really depends if it's crowded, who's there before you, depending on how fast this goes. And sometimes you could be sitting there 5 hours, 15 hours, sometimes 24 hours until the next day. And in my cases, I was sitting in there maybe for like 3 hours. At the most, 2 to 3 at the most. Again, really goes to show, and depending on how, crowded it is. And you don't get to, you're sitting there. That's all you're doing. You're sitting there. Forget about watching TV. Forget about playing cards. That's what you're doing. You're sitting there. You're talking to other people that are also sitting there. Right? Now, they have the bigger ones for the guys, and there's only one. They have a small one, single one for women, but not too much women really get locked up, especially in this town. Now they got some that has modems for suicide or people that are mentally ill for crazies, So you have them kind of waiting cells as well. You're sitting down in the scoop seat. I call it a scoop seat because it's low, it scoops as when you sit in it. And not only are you filling out and giving information of paperwork, of giving away your rights, your age, your education background, work, if you're married or if you have children, things like that. You're given an opportunity for one phone call, or really multiple phone calls soon as you're getting booked. They'll call somebody to get you bailed out, or call a lawyer. I couldn't have anybody to call because there was no one for me to call at all. And once they give you the total of what your bail is, you don't have to pay the full bail when you're trying to get bonded out. But they're going to say, well, this is the percentage that you can pay. And you tell that to someone. But you do have to eventually pay the full fee when you get out and make payments on that. It's called paying a jail fee. So, you're getting fingerprinted, you're getting weighed. Yeah, you're going to be doing the whole face forward, turn to the side thing. Like you would normally see. After that, you go back into the waiting cell, and you're waiting for you to get dressed. Remember, you already signed into the system. You're already booked. Waiting for you to get dressed. When I mean get dressed, they're going to take you into a back room. You're going to be strip searched. Ain't no doubt about it. You're going to be stripped searched. Yeah. Now, let me kind of go back. Now, there's two doors. One door an officer goes in that looks over your stuff that you bring, if you have anything on you. And the next second door is the door you're going to be going into to go into getting booked. So there's that. You will be patted down twice. Once before you go into the police car, and the second time once you get into being booked. And then you're going to be strip searched as well into the back room. I don't know why I keep seeing something on this corner of my eye and there ain't nothing there. I get a bit paranoid. However, once you get strip searched, man, it's a bit uncomfortable. You're strip searched. You have to squat, spread your ass cheeks, nutsack, skin back your penis, cough 3 times. Once you do that, they give you a shower. You can't really be too long. Once you're in there, they're going to say what size you wear. And a lot of them sizes don't fit properly. You may get lucky once in a while for them sizes to fit. With me, my sizes just didn't fucking fit. Pants were too big, and then either they're too fucking tight. So I had to go back to and then the tops, it's either they fit or they won't, or they're too damn short like a belly shirt, man. So those are the kind of shirts and sizes that you have to deal with. They give you orange flip-flops. Now, if you have white underwear on and white socks, you get to keep those. Now, a lot of people say, well, what about white shirts? They will not let you keep white shirts. That kind of goes a bit into it, depending if you're in there to serve time for however long, and you can be able to order some white shirts through commentary, and they tell you, hey, if you're in here serving time for a long time, it's not like prison, you don't really get to order really as much. In jail, it's very little that you get to order. And really, a lot of it's junk food shit, honey buns and chips. That's really about it. Maybe a couple of sodas. That's really about it. It ain't nothing too much. And health products, are really important. You do get to order, everything has to be white, of course. It has to be a certain type of shampoo and hair conditioner and certain type of soap. You're only allowed to have a white wash rag and a white towel. I think 2 towels and maybe 1 wash rag, I do believe, if I remember correctly. And paper that you do get to bring, or paper that you get to have during commentary, and again, white socks, white underwear. So that's what you get when you're going into the level 1 petty crimes, Now, you're in a room, when they walk you down to your cell block, right? Your housing unit, if you will. It's like a size of mm, half a gym. Not big, not small, not medium, but it's there. You have 3 showers. Two out of three will work. One, there's always something wrong with it, and there's always somebody leaving their feces in that third one. You do get a mixture sometimes of hot water and cold with two different knobs to balance it out. The showers in there, they're shaped and built like a fucking casket. Dim as hell. And they're doing that to mess with, to break you down mentally so you can think. And let me tell you something. There was a lot of fucking thinking in that shower. Because that's how I passed my time. Yeah, that's how I really passed a good majority of my days during the daytime being locked up over in level 1. Was just, I used to go it swimming. You know, there's going to be different slang terms for passing time. And one of it, going in the showers, at least what I call it, was going swimming. And then I guess a lot of people did pick up on that and started calling that as well. When you're in there, you have nothing but time to think. Like, this is the life that you want, because this is what the fuck you're going to be laying in, is in a casket. Regardless. So you don't want that. When you go in there, you're getting greeted as terms of fresh meat, fresh fish, people whistling at you. And that's their terms and their way of saying, hey, welcome to the jail. Lucky for me, you know, I really did get by because I knew a lot of people that who were locked up with the crew. So, yeah. You know, it really depends on who you know that's really going to help you get by. It really is. You know, there's 3 bunks and 3 rows. You know, I know I was ended up getting the top bunk. Those bunks are small. They're supposed to be. They're made that way to make you suffer. The mats are thin. And there's really no fucking sleep. You know, well, you know, it's hard to really sleep during the day and night because there is nothing for you to do in there. There's no TV. There's no really playing cards per se. Well, cards they do let you have. I take that back. Cards, yes. At least you do get the write and sketch in there. Other than that, just really is to do is to sleep, read, walk around in a circle, and just talk. You know, that's really all there is to do. You know, the good majority of your time, you're going to be there thinking. And if you take meds, they're going to give you the wrong medication on purpose. They really are. And that's the shit that happened to me. You know, they gave me the wrong medication on purpose. I don't know how in the hell I still was alive when I got out because of health-wise due to that. There was a petition signed that, hey, man, we need this place a bit clean, but they didn't clean it. And the food at the time, you know, was very fucking horrible. It was hard, so I would trade off my spray for juices. Because if anything, when you're locked up, you're going to be you're going to be getting more dry. You're going to find yourself being dehydrated a lot. So you really need to survive more on fluids locked up than you really would food. Now, don't get me wrong, you do need food. But when I was at level 1, because of the conditions in there, it was so dry, you're going to need liquids than anything, and everyone was just really surviving off liquids or saving what they could. And over the times when I wasn't eating, which was a lot, my eyes were sinking into the back of my head because of in health and not eating. Once I got waited out to be called during my last day there, I was walking slow. I could barely talk. My health was fucked up. The people that I did serve time with, they did look out. And there were times where they tried to get help and no one would respond like, hey man, this dude ain't feeling too well. Because the truth is, at the time there, a lot of them ain't really going to give a fuck. The guards, the correctional control officers, people that's going to patrol it. Now at night, because it's such an open space, not even at night, even in the daytime, because it's such an open space, they do have to sheriff in there with firearms on their side, and they're going to be holstering that. Hands are going to be on that firearm, because you have a well chance of getting your ass jumped by the prisoners if you just had a taser. And that's how it was in my time locked up during the first time. Now, when you leave, because I only managed to get a few commissary items. It ain't much, a lot of paper, some cleaning products, some socks and underwear. That's about it. I didn't really use much of that stuff because they want to keep you well hygiened, but you can't really stay well hygiened in a place that's dirty. They expect you to be shaved. You can't shave with one blade. So at times I really let myself go. By the time I was out, the people that looked out for me, I said, hey man, I'm going to leave my stuff to those that did help me look out, but it's up to them to divide it up amongst themselves once I left. And that's the thing. If you have people that did look out for you a lot, that you were cool with, and, you help each other, and by the time, one of you gets to leave, if anything that you really have left, to say, hey, man, I got some stuff here, man, I'm not going to bring it with me. So you, my cellmate, and this other person are going to have to divide it up amongst yourselves, but I am leaving you something as my gratitude, appreciation, saying, hey, man, thanks for looking out, But mental-wise, it's going to take a toll on you, though. It's going to take a toll on you because you're going to have thoughts of suicide, man. You're really going to have them thoughts of suicide. You're going to have thoughts of scoping out the place, trying to find a way to also escape if you ever had the opportunity, chance. And mine was, there's like one suicide thought, but because it's such an open space and there's several doors, I was thinking, maybe I can escape. And that's exactly what my mindset was. And sometimes you would try to keep your mind off of things because you're going to, at night, you're going to have really more people that are going to be, nighttime over on level 1. It's going to be a bit more calm. It's not going to be as loud. You guys are going to talk. Now, you can be up, you can talk, but you can't be up roaming around, at night. And even going in, you're going to have some fucking asshole security guards in there. I remember one time, my friend, he wasn't really doing anything, but they targeted him anyways. They said, hey, he tried to say he didn't have his wristband on, which he did, even though you can take them fuckers off. They just slip right on off, You can take them off. He had his on. At nighttime, a lot of us took ours off, put them where we put them underneath our mattress, our mat. I did. And he had his on, he had his on, but the security guard picked on him, tried to say he didn't when he did. He was on the top bunk. He said, man, and it's going to take a while for you to get off that bunk, just like it will take you a while to get on that bunk, man, because them pretty high, and they're metal, so it's going to hurt like a motherfucker getting down and trying to get up. He didn't really give him a chance to get off the bed. He just grabbed him, fucking pulled him down. The guard got his holster and his gun ready to use it against us because we're going to be fucking jumping this security guard. Because of what he did. And so, only thing we did, because we didn't want to get shot, we fucking let him have it with words. And then figured out, next day they asked, what happened. Yeah, we said what happened, I don't know what happened to that security guard since then, but, that was some low shit, and they put my friend in the fucking hole. for no apparent reason, just because he accused him of not having his wristband on, and he did, and that security guard officer did see that he had his wristband on, but he just targeted him. Now, you will have problems with other prisoners regardless. Now, again, people are not really going to give you, to me, with my experience, man, if you know some people that are locked up that you didn't know that were locked up, or you know certain ones are in the crew, and they know you, and they can vouch for you, and say, hey, man, he's with me, I know him, he's cool, or maybe even several people in a group that people do respect, and that may also show their muscle as well. They're like, okay, man, he with y'all, he know you, all right, man, cool. Then people ain't really going to give you problems. But don't get it twisted, because you are going to have people that are going to try you. I have been tried twice. And I had to let me know, hey, I don't want to be fucked with. So what you want to do? Because here's the thing, you can't not let them punk you out. And if you do, it's going to show other people they can walk over you. You have to be willing to buck up and to fight right there on the spot. And you'll fight in the showers. And I had some people that tried to try me, but we never really fought, because once I said I wasn't going to back down, and I had, the people that looked out for me and said, hey, all right, hey, man, that's enough, man, break it up, break it up. And if that individual doesn't respect that who tried you, then yeah, people who, and even if, your homeboys, or maybe some people that, who may not be affiliated with your crew, but we all really talk to each other, may step in and actually do something on your behalf without you even having to ask. So there is that. Now, my second time locked up was really over in Max, in jail, not prison, Max, and that is like hell on earth, man, like fucking hell on earth. And again, my reason, I even shared this in a story that I did that's on this channel that's about several hours long. Trust and Money, it is called. And again, it had something to do with my father and monies. Them taking my money, again, me defending myself, but because my mother's afraid of him, she took his side. That led me getting locked up. And this time, I brought evidence, proof of everything that was going on to defend myself in court, and have it being looked at throughout all this, even investigated in why I was doing time when the people came in jail investigating. Because that's what they're going to do. It's not just going to be outside of the jail. It's going to be them coming to the jail and investigating, right? Your case. Having people come up and talk to you. And over in Max, again, I'm not going to get into the beginning of how, you getting through booking, because it's going to be the same thing. However, when you're on Max, you're going to be in orange and white stripes. So you're in Max. You're getting your mat. You're getting this fucking flimsy-ass blanket. You're getting a few free cleaning products. What they do provide, a small toothbrush like the size of my thumb. You guys know those packet-sized ketchups. Well, they give you that, but it's like shampoo and like soap. You get like 2 of those. You get like, I think 2 of each. If I remember correctly, I think it was 2 of each. And like 1 thing of toilet paper. Now, at Max, it's big, huge as fuck, but you're in a small housing holding cell, and it's 2 people to a cell. You have top and bottom, and that's where it's going to take really toll on you mentally and health-wise, but more mentally. And describe Max, they can only let certain people out. Not everyone can go out at once, because it will cause problems. Either gang fights, race fights, or you may have a beef with somebody who you just don't like. So, me and my cell, my cell is pretty cool. He was on his last year serving, right? So he was on his last year. He was serving 5 years for, I forget what he did, but he's from Jackson. And there were some people that I knew We talked, and they gave the word to the yard and to over Max. Hey man, he's good. I'm not gonna say what crew. There's two of them. We're tight with each other, and some new people I met. Showed them, hey man, I can be down too. I'm not gonna say no more than just that. People will vouch for you and respect that, but again, you're gonna have people that are gonna fucking try you. With me, I'm glad I had no one to really try me over in Max. Now, I even know some people that did work there, two security workers, you know, commercial control officer, and one who's a sheriff. Again, it's really about who you know that's going to fucking keep you good. Alright? I don't care what everybody else says. I'm telling you, it's about who you know when you get locked up. Now, you're in this small room in your cell, no more probably than the size of a walk-in closet, but cut down even a tad bit more. So you're like in a small tissue box. The bunks are the same because they're small, but they're up against the wall. You have one toilet, one sink that's built in. You got two little shelves. You got this small ass window that's the size of this phone screen that's blurred out, so you can't see shit out of it. Only window you have is that big square window in the door to look out of. Well, it ain't really big, but it's like, you know, the size of a classroom door windows. You're in there so much, 24/7 at the least. You got no freedom. There ain't nothing. You can't do shit. You can't read. Yeah, you can play cards. That's it. You can't write. You can't draw. They can let you color, you know, but you have to ask for a coloring sheet and crayons. And I'll get into that a bit later on. Most of the time you're in there, you know, you're walking pretty much back and forth, you know, in your cell. Talking to your cellmate, telling stories, or you're trying to communicate through somebody through the door who's over out on rec for like 30 minutes, I do believe, maybe, yes, like 30 minutes, and you're trying to communicate with them, and you're trying to fish. I'm not going to really say what that is because I'm not going to be right now, but a lot of people over there know what fish is if you've been locked up. And it's really fucking hard to get commissary because you really ain't not going to have nobody really on the outside, so you got to really fucking hustle and do some things while you're locked up. I had no really fucking much commissary, so me and my bunkie, we ordered some things twice off the free shit, which they already give you when you get booked. Again, a small toothbrush, a couple of soap, shampoo, some toilet paper, some pills for headaches. You know, that's really it. You know, we couldn't order snacks. We couldn't. And I had a little bit of money on my books, but that was just for using the phone. Now, this time I had somebody to call, but I wasn't going to ask them for money. They just wanted to make sure, man, if I'm okay every day. Which I was. And now this is where it gets in, you know, again, there's top and bottom. Now, a lot of us like to go on top, but, you know, we will always get yelled at for it. I was one of them that got yelled at for it. But, you know, communication's everything. And that's the only thing that you have is communication in jail. You really don't have nothing else. Let me tell you, a lot of outside people that come in Maury County Jail, for some, I'm pretty, you know, Nashville, Memphis, and Jackson. There's even, I think, a couple of times where some people from outside the state came here and did their time. Look, man, I'm pretty sure they got jails, but they always send them here. And a lot of them, I'm going to say this. If you somebody from the outside, shut your fucking mouth. I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying that because when you in Maury County Jail, you ain't got shit. They won't let you have shit. You can keep your mail. That's it. Because some of these jails let you kind of play board games from what I hear. More cards. TV. Let you order commissary. Get to kind of work. You know, kind of gain some jail money to help you get some things, longer visiting hours. And if you somebody that came down and we asked you some questions, which you gonna be asked questions anyways. Hey man, what are you in for? What are you doing? Let me see your paperwork. Are you a snitch? You know, we need to find out things. Okay, well, where did you just come from? Okay, now we want to know something about it. But if you come talking some rah-rah bragging shit, we guess what? We gonna give your ass one hell of a time because we gonna use you. We gonna need some things. We gonna use you. And in most cases, that's a lot of the time, that's how it's going to be. This is the deal. If you don't want to get your ass touched in here, beat, you know, if you're over in the lower part, finishing out your time over here and over in max, then we gonna need you to order a certain amount of people fucking commissary for us, man. We ain't got shit, and that's how it wasn't. I seen that. Let me tell you, we seen it. Me and my Sally, we were one of them. We'll use some people to get some commissary. What we could get. Now, here's the thing. Mental-wise, you start really getting fucking more down and depressed and thinking about suicide. I remember I'm sitting down. Again, they don't give you the right medication, so my health is like so fucking fucked up. You know, my celly was getting worried, especially with my health. My eyes were sinking into the back of my skin, or no, back of my skull. And when he saw my arm fall down one night from the top bunk, he got concerned. He thought something may have happened to me. You know. And when it came time to clean, you know, you had a couple security guards, some of the trustees who cleaned. I'm sitting there, man. I just didn't have what it took to get up and walk. It's like, you good? I don't want to be allowed no more. It's like, and they're going to give you the chance to kind of help you get out there and go, or else, you know, they're going to take you out of there and put you in the hole that's padded for those in terms of wanting to hurt themselves or others during depression. I didn't feel like doing it. So I said, man, can you at least help me get up some walk? And that's what they did. So it's really going to play a toll on you mentally really bad. And you're going to have time to do a lot of thinking. And most of the time, man, you know, you don't have really the freedom to do nothing. Now, some people like to color. They let you have crayons. But you have to get them from one of the people that bring in commissary who was considered a trustee out of a certain room. And that ain't for me, man, because what they provide is children coloring books for little girls. And it was a lot of these weird white people that were doing it. And then the ones you want to stay away from. You know, you are going to want to stay away from. Them happen to be the weirdos. Like that. I can't tell you how many times I have seen them asking for a fucking little girl's coloring book, man, and fantasizing some shit. Like, it was disturbing to watch that. And these are the same people that go into every Wednesday into another room for having Bible study for like an hour. I went there because, you know, again, I'm not a man of God. I don't consider myself a man of God for certain reasons. But I went there just to pass like an hour's time, keeping the Bible closed. Again, I don't consider myself a man of God. I'm not a believer like that. I'm more spiritual, and I got my reasons. But now that's one way to really pass the time, is doing that. Most of the time, when you do get out in the wreck, you know, my partner went to go do his thing. Some of the people that were really out, were within the crew with or whatever, you know, we're going to be chilling in a group, or kind of really, you know, spread it out, still trying to have each other's backs, just in case. Me, I chose to keep for myself. You know, I did talk to somebody who was an 18-year-old because I felt like he needed some guidance. And his thing is like, he wanted to be like his father, who was a banger, selling drugs, and who went in and out of jail his entire life. And this kid was like 7 months away from getting out of school for graduation. I said, you know how stupid you sound, right? And a lot of people talked to him and gave him guidance, but he didn't really listen to quite a lot of people, but he listened to me. For some reason, he listened to me. And I hope now that kid's doing good. I wish him the best wherever he is with his life right now. And you only get like 10, maybe 15 minutes of water during shower time. You really can't keep yourself clean in there. So sometimes that's how I also pass the time. Or most of the time I really didn't bath at all because the doors, again, you don't want to take any chances either. And let me tell you something. This small toothbrush, yeah, I kept my teeth well, With that small toothbrush, I'm sharpening it to make a shank to put in between my fingers that can't be seen as you're walking into the yard. But if some motherfucker gonna try you, they gonna feel that poke when you punch them in the face. It may not be enough to kill them, but it's gonna be enough to fuck them up. And that's what I had with me every time when I went out there in rec or the yard per se. And even when I went in the shower, because some doors were not that good at locking and key and kept closed. So I'll be damned if I had my back turned. Most of the while I'm showering front-wise, right? Because when I want to wash my hair, I'm going to be like this. And sometimes your clothes are going to get a bit damped, depending. Try to keep them on the outside, hoping no one fucking takes them. So I'm going to put a shoe right on there with a sock that says, hey, okay, this ain't meant to be touched. Again, certain things mean certain things while you're locked up in prison or in jail. And if you violate that, you're going to be prepared to fight. You're going to be prepared to fight. So that's going to show, don't touch this dude's stuff. Don't mess with him. Let him take his shower. Alright? Now, the meals at this time were a bit better. It's been a year since I've been out. Actually, 2-ish. Almost going on really 2 years, if I really think about it. Yeah, because I already done, a year going on 2 years. A year going on 2 years since I have it's been 2 years since I've been out, and it's been a year since I got finished with the whole probation part of that. Everything paid off. Now, let me tell you about some of the crazy fights. One crazy fight that I seen in particularly, one was in there for rape. One was in there for playing with kids per se. Actually, had all the evidence and stuff really against this person, considered a pedophile. So you had 2 people in there for sexual charges, one with adults, one with kids. The one with kids, I'm pretty sure he gave some kids a disease because I don't know how true it is, because before I get into the story, I kind of want to lead up in between the shit, right? That happened leading into this fight. So at nighttime over in Max, expect no sleep. You could sleep during the day because it's not that loud, but over Max at night, expect no sleep. Those that have been locked up over Max know exactly what I'm talking about when I say expect no sleep. When I say this shit's like a fucking zoo, you got banging. It's so heavily loud you can't even hear sometimes your cellie talk to you. That's how fucking loud it is, man. It's loud. There's some people who came to visit ask, what's that noise? Because it could go from outside the wall. So expect no sleep at night. Again, those that have been locked up either from prison or in jail over on Max know exactly what I'm talking about when I say expect no sleep at all. Expect no sleep, because that's what's going to happen. Sleep during the day because you don't need energy at night. And let me tell you, you ain't going to be able to sleep at night, so what you going to do, sometimes your bunkie may rest, you may rest, one of you may be walking back and forth in the small cell, because ain't nothing to do. Ain't nothing to do. Now, what leads up to this fight, again, you have both in there for sexual shit. One of adults, one about kids. One that had the assault with kids had hepatitis B. It was either hepatitis B or hepatitis C. And I had to ask my celly, because let me tell you, I mean 24 hours a day in night, them two motherfuckers was arguing with each other, saying a whole lot of shit. Because you had one on this side from the back end where they keep them, and same thing with the other dude, right? And that was on top. Now they both were on top. Arguing. I'm like, man, why them two always arguing? Why don't they just get it over with? It's like, man, them two always fighting. I'm like, well, what's the cause? You know, I'm gonna ask. I want to know. He's like, well, and this, he says, supposedly, and this is a story that I heard from several other people, you know, out in the wreck, out in the yard, who were talking that, you know, you can hear through the door. And the one with the child molestation charges pissed, you know, him and the guy with the adult rape charge, you know, the guy with the child molestation charges has hepatitis B or hepatitis C. You know, I guess the guy who was the adult tried to rape him, and the guy with the child charges tried to rape him as well. It says they couldn't really rape each other because that's what they both were trying to do. They got into a fight, couldn't stay apart from each other. And I guess got hepatitis B one night, pissed on the dude, gave him some shit from that. They got into it again. Letters being passed from what I was told. And it really sounded like they found jail love amongst each other. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're locked up for such a long time, you're going to fall in love with another guy. And I believe them two were in love with each other. I strongly do. As fucked up as that sounds, I strongly believe. However, going into this, one day, and these two weren't really allowed to let out like that. You know, because people are going to want to get at them. I think a newbie accidentally let them out one day. A newbie. He did, I think it was a newbie. He lit both of them doors open so they can go out and wreck. And they're supposed to be monitored. There's supposed to be some security with them. Them two saw each other, got right into it, right fucking there. Holy shit, it went by so fucking fast. You had 3 security guards running in there, tasing both of them. And they got the square up. So yeah, you know, that's just how it went. And that's my story time with, you know, my experience, you know, in jail. Now, over in Max, the thing that you're really going to be really needing the most, again, they really won't let you order shit like that in jail. You're really going to be surviving off junk food, a couple of juices, and some sodas, because over in Max, you're going to find yourself more hungry than you are thirsty. Now, here's the next part, fighting. Now, when I mean fighting, I'm talking about fighting depression. Me, I'm somebody that suffers through suicidal depression, mood swings, bipolar, and I'm also a very biased person. There's times where I do get blackouts where something's going to happen, and I just don't remember it happening. And a lot of this causes from, you know, again, you know, this is something that's a mental issue. You know, going to therapy for something like that, man, it really don't help. If anything, it makes the situation worse. The medication I was given for it, you know, that was made from my DNA because they got that choice, it really didn't help none. If anything, it made the blackouts worse. And I couldn't tell you how many times, how long that pill stayed in my system. Like, the night I take it, the day I wake up, I had to be told things because I just don't remember waking up. I don't remember walking. I don't remember almost getting hit by traffic. I was just so blank and spaced out. By the time I woke up, it was like really later in the day because I'm asleep up here. I'm trying to fight myself awake. My body, from my brain to my body, couldn't send itself signals, you know? And it slurred over your words. And I just started fucking tripping out. One day, this shit just got to me so fucking much about the pills. I tripped out over it. Like, I got sick and tired of not fucking remembering what happened. Like, I tripped out, so I stopped taking them. Plus, they were hurting me in the inside. Plus, also going into, you know, whatever environments that you go into, you know, whether if it's work or not, You know, there's going to be environments that ain't going to be good for you if you're going through that. And I also had that experience. So I need to surround myself in environments that I was happy at, that I was comfortable at, and along with people I could engage with and talk to. And that really seemed to help. And I have to do what makes me happy, you know. Walking makes me happy because it's a stress reliever. Plus, I do it for exercise because, again, I do have bad health. I can't get the coverage that I do need. That's one. Yeah, I'm not allowed to get a license by the state of Tennessee. I'm considered a hazard risk, so I'm very much blocked. So that's why I walk. Going into it, I do music. Now, I'm going to be retiring late next year, the end of next year, because I want to move on to something else. I discovered new things, which is help managing some movies, providing for modeling people that I'm helping them trying to get where they need to get to. Clothing as well, along with business with jewelry. And all that's over across seas that I'm doing right now over somebody who I really know and trust, because they were once here, went over there. I'm not going to get too much into that. Let's just say I'm making more money over across seas right now in Nigeria than I am here in the U.S. And I have a nest egg over there. And it's building up. I'm not going to say no more than that. There's other business, but, hey, you guys don't really need to know all that. Quiet money's the best money. But here, again, it's also trying to put out CDs, so that's one. Doing video gaming now. I'm going to take a break from that because, again, I want to get my entertainment channel and get caught up with long subscribers and views. So over the time, as I'm going to be getting some newer games, I'm going to, of course, do the video capture. And I'm going to make a folder for each one. Then once I feel like the time is right for me to upload those games to my entertainment channel, once it gets caught up, then it's going to be nothing but new content. Boom, 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 boom. Straight down. And that's exactly how I want it to be. And I know how I'm going to do that because I'm going to pace it this time. This first time I just wanted to really do content, not let none of it get caught up. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm taking a break. I'm stepping back. And also going into, YouTube. Again, like this is what I enjoy. And also, going out there and be able to do in business how I want to do while I'm still here over in the U.S. and trying to make a few bucks here and there. Because, there's times where I do still get my mood swings, that still happen. I think that's always going to be there. But, fighting depression, man, it's something. And when you do time, even when you're not doing time and it feels like you're doing time, yeah, it gets rough, man, and there's a lot of shit that could really add to that, And again, if you guys really, pay attention to this channel, you hear me sharing those things, what I talk about. Sometimes I share the same stories a bit over on my entertainment channel, not as much because I'm not going to be really uploading anything to there until I feel like it's time to upload to there. Again, I'm letting it get caught up. But, there's like a lot, a lot, money, stress, relationships, trying to find work, figuring out, what is it you want to do. And sometimes you're going to have breakdowns, man. You're going to have mood swings, but you're going to need something to motivate you and somebody as well in order for you not to hurt yourself. So when I say, man, fighting depression is a bitch, because it is. And I hope you guys, enjoyed this video. I'm glad I was able to kind of give you guys a bit of an update on the buddy situation. Not really too much. Again, I don't know how well Reddit is with information. Again, I know it's forums that people post. So for the next month, going into the end of next year or so, I'm expecting an update. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, because it was an example exactly what it is that my friend will be going and facing against as he's sitting there in jail right now, waiting for this investigation to get over with, waiting for a court date, then waiting for a court sentence, even waiting for a trial, and seeing whether or not if he's going to be doing time or not, because when you're in there waiting for all that, you are doing time. And in most cases, they do count that as time also being served, and sometimes not. So again, I hope you guys really enjoyed the story time. And hey, man, the depression thing, I really don't want to touch on it too much, but there's people that can do that better than I can, and I think I can do it better through example and sometimes really breaking down to it when necessary. And again, if you're fighting through depression, man, you gotta put yourself in an environment that makes you happy, around people that makes you happy, not something that's gonna make you miserable. Because if it's gonna make you miserable, it's gonna get worse, especially going to therapy. Therapy doesn't help. You're talking to somebody who don't really give a fuck, who's sitting there and they get paid for it. The pills that they provide, man, really don't take them, man, because that shit is really harmful for you. It done some damage to me twice in my life. So yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The temper's dropping. I'm a bit hungry. So yeah, peace. I want to end. There it goes.